Live. Welcome back to the Myles Lewis Show, Season 2, Episode 2, with my good friend and old school buddy, Nicholas Nyma Taghavi.
Marky boy, what pleasure to see you.
What are you saying? How are ya?
As the Iranians like to say, now I've seen you, I'm better.
Love that. I feel better now I've seen you. Does that work as well? Is that cool?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can I drop that?
Yeah, that can run.
Happy Easter as well, Tracy. I'm going to have the comments up a little bit just so I can see, because people were saying to me it'd be nice if you could interact. So I thought, yeah, I'll interact. Me and Nyma can interact. So, right, so I call you Nyma.
Yeah.
People know you as Nicholas Nyma Taghavi.
Yeah.
Or Taghav, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tell me, what happened with the name switch?
There wasn't actually a name switch. Like Nicholas is my government name, and
No.
And it has been on the registers throughout like my schooling life.
Yeah.
And then it was obviously it's a middle name, nickname, family call me it, and it just grew on me throughout, not just on me, everyone else throughout schooling. And
So
then,
your name on your birth certificate is Nicholas.
Correct.
Never knew.
Yeah, I remember at school when people used to like borrow my lunch card, and they would see it. They'd be like, "Oh, Nicholas Nyma Taghavi, what? Like, who's this?"
So your family call you Nyma.
Yeah.
Then your boys obviously have called you Nyma.
Yeah.
Then everyone else calls you Nyma.
Yeah. So I made a decision at quite a young age. Actually, it was when I left school. It was when I started going to college with Trudge, and I kind of looked at the industry and where it was at, what I was getting myself into. Obviously, it being quite image based, and I was like, I need to really start rolling with Nick. And I go deep into it on my latest podcast on Roll Out the Rug with my friend Lloyd, because he's in a hiring position at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's trying to take the responsibility off HR, who are quite old, and they're kind of part of that generation that may see a foreign name and kind of just pass it. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, and there's so many case studies on it, just from like other situations friends have been in, and it was a real tough thing to do at that age. You know, things have changed a lot now.
Yeah,
things have changed a lot now. I have people that know me as Nick and come up to me and they're like, "Oh, Nyma would look so good on like credits at the end of something," kind of thing. But I'm well worn into Nick now from like since like 2009, you know. But you know, friends that know me as Nick know like my middle name's Nyma, you know. And if you ask both of them, they're gonna tell you like the same thing. As I said on the podcast, this isn't like no like alter ego kind of thing. Like same guy.
Same guy. Here he is.
Yeah.
I like it though, because it adds a little bit of dynamic to, like, I've seen your name on Facebook, so I haven't seen you in years and years. A little bit of backstory about us.
Yeah.
We're from the same ends. We're from the big old town PB, 2000 and EN6, representing the ends.
I'm still at E postcode, by the way. Now,
yeah?
Yeah, E17.
Yeah, it's not an N though. It's not that N, but no, I'm not. I'm S.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can still throw it. Gang, gang, gang.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But so that's how I know Nyma. We played football together. We was used to bump into each other upon road. See, to explain to people what Potter's Bar was like when we were young. So I'm 33. Nyma, how old are you now? 28?
Coming to 29, yeah, correct.
So, in the day, this was when grime music was kind of new. This was when spitting on the streets was a thing. Camera phones were very, very, very new. And Potter's Bar is a strange place. There's about 20,000 people in Potter's Bar. And it seems like every other person is related.
Not just that. Everyone slept with the same girl.
Yeah. Small population, massive, similar ring of partners, shall we say. Anyway, I was Shocker Man back in the day. I used to spit bars on road. I was a bit older than Nyma and Nick and his gang. We used to always chill outside Nick's dad's chicken shop. Is he still there?
Still there, man. Like almost 30 years now.
Yeah, it's been there since I remember. Favorite chicken, Potter's Bar, by far the best chicken shop. KFC has got nada on it, like legit. I came to Essex, Nyma. I came to Essex and I was like, "There's no chicken shops around here," and everything around here for some reason is a pizza shop and a fried chicken shop and a kebab shop in one. That's what it is here. And then there was a favorite chicken. I was like, oh my God,
not the same.
Take me home. I have to travel to come to Buzz.
Like
anyway,
a lot of his customers.
What?
Like a lot of his customers travel far and wide.
Of course, because it's OG. If you go, there's like credibility now.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, this is where it started. Anyway, I'm rambling. So we grew up in Potter's Bar. Potter's Bar, 20,000 people. There was 3 schools, pretty much. It was Mount Grace where I went, Chancellor's where Nyma went, and there was another one called Dame Alice Owens, which was like the posh, tough kind of school area. Chancellor's Mount Grace had a good relationship, love-hate relationship. I didn't know Nyma when he was at school. I knew Nyma after school, and his older brother went to my school. Is this all correct? I'm on point, yeah?
Yeah, I actually couldn't get into Mount Grace because of him.
Oh.
So anyway, yeah.
So anyway, Nyma couldn't get into Mount Grace, which was actually the worst school out of Chancellor's and Mount Grace at the time, yeah?
Not when I left, though. Things changed.
Yeah, so what's Mount Grace saying now? I've been out of the area so long.
No, I remember there was someone in my year, a girl that transferred over, and she was seen as like a troublemaker at our school. And then she smashed it at Mount Grace, got like the highest marks. And then from then onwards, like, yeah, there was the competition, like the bar just got raised.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Mount Grace back in the day was a rough school. Like it was like a rough school. I saw a lot of stuff there I shouldn't have necessarily seen when I was younger. Like it was crazy, but it's good. Anyways, back to our story.
Yeah.
I was Shocker Man. I used to spit bars on road. I used to do radio shows. It was me, Camille, Kid Tiny at the time.
St Albans, that radio show.
Whole type Manic FM back in the day. And so it was like me, Cam, Frostman Bizzle, and a few others were like the older, like Luch, like a few of them guys were the older lot spitting bars, doing our thing, radio shows, recording tracks, rare. And then there was like a wave of the youngers that started doing it as well. So that Nyma, take over from there. Who was in your what was your crew?
So our crew,
and what was it?
Our crew was A to Z. It was made up by Abe and Zeus, and obviously everyone else like fitted within the alphabet. I fitted in N, I think, because I went by Mania, Tasmanian
Yes,
Devil.
that was it, yep.
Funny story, do you know what? Someone messaged me on MySpace back in the day, someone from London, saying that was his name, and I got so shook, like I changed it. Yeah. But anyway, so the head honcho of like spitting back then was definitely Abe. Like such a good lyricist. And then I just kind of looked up to him, and then me and him done some crazy back-to-back in Chinese Gardens, which is like somewhere.
Okay. Now when you say Chinese Gardens, you're talking about Parkside.
Yeah, or it's actually called Japanese Gardens, but we decided to call it Chinese, and that was kind of where everyone used to roll true.
That was like, if you think about it, that was pretty deep into like a wooded park, and they'd put bamboo there and a small kind of architectural build of like, so it looked like a Japanese garden. And but everyone changed it to Chinese garden. Like, where are you? I'm at Chinese garden. And you'd link there. Everyone would be smoking, and it would be like what a meetup. But yeah, go on, carry on. So you did your music then?
Yeah, did you know, just trash road bars, and then actually ended up recording at the studio in Tottenham Hale, Wordplay Studios, where you guys used to record at.
Yeah, man, it was
Funny
good
story.
space.
Funny story. I went there with Elmo to record 2 tracks. One of them was called Dusty Roads, and it was just about like war in like the Middle East. Like it's quite deep, like quite like a Carla low key kind of thing. And then the second one was just pure fire, like freestyle. And then I didn't come up with a name. And then me and Randalls went to KFC afterwards, and we copped the fully loaded meal. And I was like, I will just call it fully loaded.
Perfect. It was things like that worked like in our area. But like back in Potter's Bar, there was like one pirate radio station in Potter's Bar, and I can't. I was on there a lot, and I can't remember.
Wasn't it the one in Ashwood?
Yeah. We used to go there with like Bob, Chris, all the older lot. So your brother, older lot to your brothers lot almost. And I can't remember what it was called. It was originally called Hype FM, I think, and then it changed to, I can't remember. I've got an absolute blank right now. And then the music thing was just kind of crazy back then, because we was doing like live shows at Stimulation or whatever.
Yeah. I remember that.
Whatever it changed to.
And the Williots.
The Williots Centre. So it was opposite the oldest building in the whole of Potter's Bar. Do you know what I mean? And it's like a weird, almost, they've got like a little museum in the side of the Williots and stuff. It's like weird, but then they have like under 18s club baby night things. And we used to perform there and stuff like that. And it was all like, we thought we were famous. We weren't famous. We would have spent.
It's the only venue in Potter's Bar. So if it was going to be anything to put on a show, it would be there.
Yeah, literally. And it's just, for what we were trying to perceive to what it actually was, it was kind of a different space. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a good look, man.
Yeah, like if you'd done Stimulation, you'd made it. MSN, who's going to Stimulation? Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, I'm performing, by the way. Call, meet you after. Wink, wink. Which, I mean, that kind of vibe. Yeah. And it was just a crazy time growing up in Potter's Bar, because, as I say, it's a bit of a different area. But I enjoyed it. And so you made your music name. Well, when did you stop? I remember stopping at like, I was 18, and I thought, no, I'm stopping now. It's not making no money.
Do you know what? I probably wrote more than I recorded. So back then, I only recorded 2 tracks. And then just when me and Abe were both at parties, we would just do a back-to-back, run a tune and do that. So I actually recently, I'll go on to speak about the new song that I made recently later on. But in the process of all that, I actually went back to my parents quite recently, and I got all the lyric books, all the pads, and there's some real dark stuff in there. Like some jokes bars like, I'll eat you up like you're my main meal, you'll be stepping off my street like roadkill, like football, I'll clip your heel, you'll fall easily because you're not real. Do you know what I mean? There's that stuff. And then
just that one. Yeah, I like that.
There's just some proper really deep and dark. So not long. I only had like a 2-3 year stint, but then I think before I moved out, when we were having these parties, I would still like spit old school bars, like, and everyone would get hyped. And the bar that gets people hyped is Saturday night and we're juiced up, so the hyping atmosphere boosts up. A to Z, we're back, pick up and talk up. A to Z vibe better than the buzz when you're coked up.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. I'm gonna stop. You got me going now.
I like it.
But yeah, no, it wasn't for long, really.
It was fun though, wasn't it? Like, it was a way of, I think it was the only way people like us that are creative could express ourselves in a medium that didn't make us look like a dickhead at the time. Remember, we were trying to prove stuff when we were younger. We were always like, we were real to ourselves in a way, but then it was like the whole atmosphere of Potter's Bar was like everyone was trying to prove that they were hard or they were popular, or it was like being at school, even when you weren't at school, like outside of school. It was like a big popularity contest thing if you knew certain people. It was crazy. So we projected out there and we got love because we were younger than the older lot who were doing from like back in the garage days and stuff, and they are quite following, etc. So they're the ones who set up the pirate radio station.
Yeah.
Then it was our turn, and our turn was grime. Their turn was garage, as was grime. So I remember going to like the old pub, the Green Man,
Yeah.
spitting bars over garage tunes with grime lyrics, and people would just go mad for it, and they were loving me and stuff like that. And it's just, it was weird to make music like with all these different people trying to like give you this, give you that. But at the end of the day, mostly, did you get love from it?
Yeah. Every time, man. Or even I gave like love to Abe constantly because he would just blow the roof off with his lyricism. But
Abe, who's Abe?
he went Mount Grace.
Yeah,
Michael.
who did he knock about with? Who did he know that I knew apart from you, obviously?
Badge for a bit, actually.
Who?
Badge. Do you remember Badge?
Nick Robinson.
Yeah.
Badger. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Was he with Joe Burgess's sister for a bit?
Yeah.
Is that Abe?
Yeah. So
Amy.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember him. And he was the guy, yeah, out of your group. He was the guy.
Yeah. He was the guy. Still is. He's actually started to get back into writing recently.
Oh, he's doing music again.
Yeah, again, someone that just writes more than he produces. And what was really nice to hear, I sent him over the new thing that I just done. And,
yeah.
He just, well, I heard through Zeus. Zeus messaged me. He was like, "Big up, bruv, man. Like, Abe just told me, like, you've just inspired him to write again." And he was like, "That's big moves, inspiring your friends." And yeah, he didn't tell me that. So yeah, it's good. It's it's a good. I'm excited. Whatever he does, anyway, even if it's just writing, like, yeah, that's great.
It's good to get people doing creative things. Like I see that. That's what I like to do as well. It's very important to get people out there doing their thing. Yeah, man. So let's talk about your videography kind of side of stuff at the moment. I just want people to know who you actually are and what you do. So that was our little intro. We are MCs, great talented artists.
Yeah.
But what got you in? So you was doing music and stuff like that. What kind of took you into the videography thing?
Well, like, even when I was at primary school, like, the only moment I was kind of getting interested in something creative was when I went to drama school. I went to stage school when I was in primary school at Sunnybank. And then when I got into secondary school, I excelled in drama like most of the naughty kids. Everyone wanted to be with them, kind of thing, you know. And then the music thing happened, like, just as we were leaving school. And then choosing video production in college. Me and Trudge were with each other after school. Trudge was going to go into performing arts. I was actually going to go into catering. I was going to go down a similar path to my dad.
Yeah.
And then we just put all our eggs in one basket, and then we were like, let's just do video production. So yeah, I studied for quite a long time. Like, I've done like the BTEC National Diploma, the foundation degree, and then the bachelor's.
Nice.
Typical Asian parents wanted me to do like a master's. I really didn't, because uni was a real frustrating time for me, because I saw a load of friends, not just in my industry, who were getting into other things. They just had parents that had enough money to either, sort them out, set them up, basically, or people who already had links in the industry. I didn't have none of that. So
you went in like bare bones almost.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, I graduated in 2014, and then I set up my production company, actually, Enter Vision Films, in my business and development program
Yeah.
at uni. And then from then onwards, well, do you know what? Funnily enough, the guy you had on your podcast, the barber from St Albans,
Sam.
he actually featured in one of the first fashion videos that are on my website. I filmed,
Really?
yeah. I shot and edited a behind the scenes of the St Albans fashion show, and
And he was there doing the hair.
Sam got interviewed backstage,
Yeah.
and yeah, he featured in that video. So that was like my first video.
Small world, man.
Yeah, very small world. And then I went to Croatia on a holiday, and shot a video there with my friends. Managed to win a competition to go back there next time. So yeah, there was fashion, there was festival videos. And then
you had music videos as well.
Yeah. Music videos like came into it just after. Sorry, I went on a broadcast development program at the Roundhouse, which was funded by Bloomberg
in Camden.
In Camden, yeah, Chalk Farm.
Yeah.
And that's what really made me as like a music content creator, if you maybe want to say that. Because I was working with like emerging artists at that point who were part of another program, so we just kind of mixed
and collaborated.
Yeah. So that's what actually grew me into like predominantly shooting music content.
Yeah, music media, really, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah. So from them onwards, as you said, I've done a few music videos, and then one of them came off a artist called Jay Alexander from South London, R&B singer songwriter, and he was part of the Mobo Unsung Artist, which is kind of like the BBC introduced him, but of Mobo's. Shot a documentary with him.
Yeah, I remember.
He went to Lipper, Paul McCartney's uni, so we managed to go up there, which was nice. And then, yeah, it's just been music content stuff like up until now, to the point where I saw a part-time job opportunity at the Horniman Museum in Forest Hill, and it was to be a creative content producer there as part of a new project called the South London Music Project.
Yeah.
And up until then, like 6 years of freelancing, I hadn't really like applied for any full-time or part-time role. I was just kind of doing the freelance thing.
Yeah.
And then the job spec for this was literally everything I had produced up until that point. And yeah, I just had a really good feeling about it. So then, I landed the job back in March.
Nice.
And then we've got made furlough, but came back end of last year, and stuff's like about to come out this month, and I'm so excited. Like I'm working with some resident artists that are part of the project. I got to play a role in seeing all the applications and seeing all the artists that applied, which was really, really nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd like to do more of that in the future. And there's some really, really exciting things happening at the museum, and I can't wait for everyone to see it.
So that's coming out in the next month or so?
May. We're announcing it all in May.
Brilliant.
So the only bit of content from that you may have seen is on my photo page, Taghavi Photo. Some 3D portraits I done to reveal the resident artists.
Yes, I did see.
So that's kind of where we're at the moment, and the journey in very, very short time.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm excited to see that as well, because I know what you do. You do passionately, and you put a lot of time, a lot of work, and you don't just let shit go. You make sure it's good. Excuse me. So that's where we're at now. We've gone from Nyma, from school up to college, up to uni. Now he's doing his thing at the museum. He's been freelancing for 6 years, and now he's decided to start writing bars again. I saw that you sent me the link earlier to the tune.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the production value on it's really good. The hook's amazing, and the verses are clear, and they've got good content. So that's me looking at it like a critic. I was listening to it, vibe. Yeah, so I like it a lot. I like your voice. Your voice comes across very good on mic, generally. Do you know what I mean? So I've listened to your podcast, and it's like our name's definitely got the voice for this kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? And I like it, man, and I want to hear more. So what's your journey with that? Is it just like I did that one tune I sent you? It's on Spotify and stuff, and that was for me just to do something that I wanted to just get out there and just have a little bit. For you, is it more serious? Do you want to take it a little bit? Is there an album?
So I'll talk you through like the birth of it, really. So like over the past year or so, obviously working with a lot of musicians and artists, I always get asked, do you play? Like, do you write? And it's always straight no. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've started to get the itch for it recently, whether it was writing or even starting to play an instrument.
Yeah.
So then I was like speaking to a few friends, and then most of them, the most common thing they were saying is, "Oh, you could be a bass player," just because I'm lanky and may come across hipster to some people. So me, yeah, cringy. And then, so what did I do? I picked up the bass, started strumming the bass, and then I was like, I really want to pick up the pen. So then,
muscle memory.
Yeah, and then my housemate, he was like, "Listen, bro, I'm here for you to birth it," because he used to spit as well, and he's actually like similar age to you.
Sick.
So yeah, I was going through a little blip at the start of the year, like most people.
Of course,
and then yeah, I wrote it in about just under a week. I didn't properly finesse it, and then it got to February, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day came. I went online for like 5 minutes, and I was just like overwhelmed by couples that are posting, and it just kind of brought back that headspace I had when writing the song.
Nice.
So I finished the song on Valentine's Day. Joke's on me.
In the Phil's name, because I've heard the bars, bro. You know,
it's deep.
Yeah, I love that.
And then yeah, I had it, and before I had the song, I reached out to Richard. If anyone doesn't know Richard,
Did Rich produce it?
Yeah. Of course he did. That's why it sounded so clean.
That fucking kid, bro. I say kid, he's a fucking grown adult now. That guy, I don't know how he isn't so much bigger than he is. I think it's probably because more of his personality, because he's so humble and he's so dry. Like he's I haven't seen him in a good few years. I spoke to him a couple of years ago. We had a good catch up, but he's unreal. Like, bro, I'm not blowing smoke up his ass. He is unreal. He used to do stuff with me and Cam back in the day.
Diamond Cut Records, yeah?
Yeah, DC recording. He was unreal. He can play guitar, play piano. Like, guy is up there. And I just had to give him a shout.
He is doing bits. So people.
Yeah, I've seen some of it.
Yeah, at R1CH Music on Instagram.
R1CH on Insta. Have a look at his stuff.
Yeah. So
sorry. Yeah. So he's reached out to Rich.
So I reached out to him before I completed the song, and I was like, I've got the itch to write again. And you sent me over like some beats, and yeah, he sent me over some stuff. And the advice he gave me, he was like, Nyma, if you've really got the passion and like you've got it in your heart, just go for it. That's how like everyone starts. So I just kind of ran with that, and
Yeah,
then
man.
Anyway, I sat with a one beat that he gave me, and obviously I was writing this song to it. So I got back to him and I was like, I've got a song, and then I'm not sure whether he was surprised or not that I was actually being like quite serious about it, and I didn't really want to sit on it. I wanted to put it out only because from showing my peers and the feedback I got made me think, okay, well, it's definitely good enough to put out. So anyway, he ended up reproducing like another beat, which was even better.
Yeah, love that.
Which was even better, which is what you heard. And then yeah, we had it. I sat with it for about a week, rehearsed to it, and then yeah, went to his studio, recorded it, and then went to another studio in London, recorded a live studio version, shot the visual teaser for it.
Is that what I saw, the teaser?
No, that's something that's coming out separately on the day.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of spoilers being dropped right now, but I've actually got the whole of April like scheduled out for like all the drops. So you know, people are going to be hearing it and seeing it. And
okay, I'll share that on my pages as well, if anyone.
Yeah, thank you. And to go back to why I wanted to start writing, it's a similar reason to the podcast. And there's a bigger issue to all of this as well.
Yeah.
So as content creators, I've had this discussion with a few people recently who are in similar boots. Obviously, we're quite observant of people that we document.
Yes,
that's been part of my learning of the artists I've been learning from, and you know, delivery, stuff like that. And but yeah, as content creators, we feel as if there's no space for us to express ourselves unless you're like a visual artist, and you know, you're that visual art, like almost like a photographer. You know, like how a photographer can be that person you can like see any form of expression in their work. I wanted that, but away from that, like separate. And I wanted people to kind of get to know me a bit more. So that's why I brought in the podcast, and the music thing it kind of lies in a similar way, but only because there's some stories that can't be told on podcasts that are better told on music.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a different canvas for you to express.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the space where I'm at now. I've finally found it, and yeah, it feels good. To answer your question, if there's an album coming, there isn't, but I kind of maybe want to get in the pattern of possibly releasing a tune every quarterly, or you know, and then
building.
Yeah. I haven't created a Spotify artist account for this release. I'm just dropping it on SoundCloud like the cool kids.
That's it. That's where the cool kids start, bro. Yeah. You are a cool kid.
Yeah.
Cool adult. Why do I still think I'm 20 years old and everyone else is 17? Like, I do not get my brain sometimes.
So just to end this off, can I just tell people what the name of the song is, what's it about, and when it's being released?
You're literally taking the questions out of my mouth. Let me start again. Nyma, so can you tell everyone what the name of your new song is, be released, and kind of where you're going with it?
Yeah, so the track is titled "Letter to Me Lovely," and it's coming out Monday, April 12th. It's going to drop on SoundCloud.
Banging.
And yeah, the song's about a girl I met last summer, and it kind of paints a picture of time spent with her and me falling for her, and then eventually kind of questioning my feelings, whether I was like being a bit extra or not with it. You know, that's kind of like the first verse. And then the second verse is actually my favorite in terms of bars and flow. But it comes from like a real vulnerable space.
Yeah.
And from a time of being left in limbo, from like putting your feelings on the table, and then kind of reminiscing on like photos and videos, and kind of just telling not everyone, like people that are close to you, like about her, like even my dead stock vintage dealer, like, you know, like I'm tight with him, but like he even asks about her. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And yeah, just the lengths I was willing to go to kind of make it happen. But yeah, I've just been listening to like the final mix and master over the last few days, and I've kind of ended it on like an open love letter without even realizing.
Yeah, sick.
So yeah.
I like to leave things like that with you know, see where you can go with it next.
Yeah. I really wanted it to kind of feel like Kano, Brown Eyes, that kind of vibe, you know.
Mate, that was so president in my growing in my relationships back in them days. That was that album.
Yeah.
Was just like, yeah, I like that a lot. Sometimes, what a tune.
Yeah.
Just a quick one before we'll wrap it up. Can I ask you a personal question?
Go on then.
Are you with that chick now?
No.
Okay.
I don't. There's something. I think there's something there, but you know, due to the times, and
right person, wrong time, maybe.
Pardon?
Right person, wrong time, maybe.
I think so. Yeah,
that's very honest. That's very honest of you, Nyma.
Yeah.
I've got a few quick fire questions I've got to get in before we hit 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? All these questions you've got to answer bang straight off the bat.
Okay.
Yeah. You're allowed one or I'm going on to the next question. All right.
All right.
Pizza or kebab?
Pizza.
Nando's or?
Nando's or what?
Wagamama.
Wags.
What'd you get?
Wags. Well, I used to always get the I always used to get the katsu curry, right?
Yeah.
And yes. Then no. Then I used to see the people getting the what's the bowl of ramen. I used to look at that and they would be like, oh, what's that? It's got egg. The water looks really muddy. I don't want that. And now I love it.
How good is ramen, bro?
Yeah.
I love ramen. Favorite film?
Pulp Fiction.
Not even an Very impressed. Favorite food of all time?
Oh, I'd probably say Japanese.
Favorite destination?
Orange County, California.
Jeez. What do you hate?
I really hate like meeting people for the first time. Give you a quick example, right? Not just generally hating people and meeting people for the first time. Like your first interaction, whether you have to shake hands or hug, kind of thing. That is my room 101, right? So I was at Notting Hill Carnival one year with my girlfriend at the time. And I saw a colleague that I worked with, and he was with his girlfriend. Yeah. And then he came over to my girlfriend at the time and gave her a hug and a kiss. So I was like, okay, I'm now obliged to do the same thing to his girlfriend. Mate,
I know where this is going. Go
on. I've gone for the kiss on the cheek, yeah. And she slowly swerved, and I thought, all right, it's fine. I'll just do the hug. And I went for the hug, right? And she was just standing still, like, and I was literally one of those moments.
Oh.
So I'm very careful now, very careful. Not even just with like, I suppose with guys, like if I know him really well, like I'm just that guy. I'll give him a hug. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very like careful of it nowadays.
Do you know what I did? So before we wrap, funny story. I was at my grandparents' house. Our French uncle, so my grandma, they're French. My grandma's brother was coming over. I answered the door, Hadn't seen him in what, 5, 6 years, 7 years, something along them lines. First time he seen me as a man, really, you know, I was like a teenager, young to open the door. I was like, oh, bonjour. Went to kiss on the cheek. He went to kiss the straight on the lips.
Wow.
You know the ones, because they're French, just but we kind of went and both went, and I just kissed him on the lips, and it was the first time I'd seen him. It's so long. What?
How did he take it?
I just started laughing. You know, it's awkward, isn't it? Like, I haven't seen him in so many years, and I just kissed him on the lips. Funny story. I just thought I'd share that with you. You're not the only one.
I'm glad I got it out of you.
Right, brother. Can you just tell everyone your handles?
Yes.
And just recap when the tunes drop in on SoundCloud.
Okay, so my personal Instagram is Taghav, Tagharv. My photo page is the same, but with photo at the end. And then to follow my video work, it is Entervision, Entervision UK. And yeah, the track is dropping Monday, April the 12th.
When we were all back to it, most of us, I'm back in the shop. I'm going to be playing it through the system. I'm going to get everyone's feedback, bro. I'm going to get a little selfie video of me just like...
I'd love a reaction. That'd be nice.
Of course. Right, my brother. Thank you very much. This has been episode 2 of season 2 on the Myles Lewis Show. Next week, we've got me, next Wednesday, a brilliant artist out on sea. Nyma, follow us at Myles Lewis Show on Instagram, at facebook.com/live with Myles, and YouTube, just search the Myles Lewis Show. Nyma, your light's gone off.
Whoa. Was it?
You okay? Are you okay?
Hello, am I back?
Yeah, you're here. You never went. Just went, the screen just died a bit. All right then, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll speak again soon. I'll have you on my podcast as well. What's the podcast?
Oh yeah. Roll out the rug. Hashtag roll out the rug. We're taking over the hashtag, baby.
So I'll speak to you soon, man.
Sweet. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.